Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 One Club story from Hemel Hempstead Town with me, Daniel. It's part 110 today, and you could perhaps argue that this is the biggest episode of the series. We've got a chance to back up last year's success with another cup final today, another chance at a domestic trophy, and crucially, a chance to get a second successive season in Europe. And before that, we've got a chance to advance in this European campaign. We face Leipzig in a second leg of the first knockout round in the Europa League before Tottenham Hotspur in the Carabao Cup final. There's also been big news off the pitch. We'll show the youth intake that we forgot to in the last episode, the transfer deadline day special that came into the club. And on the more frustrating side, a picture of inconsistency on the pitch. So if you're looking forward to all of that, then please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from two long-term stories. We've got action from our other series, The Head Coach, which you can find in the eye above, as well as the Twitch channel, the football podcast with EFL playoff predictions galore, and the new merchandise store too. Please do check them all out if you haven't already. And of course, you can support the show as a channel member down below by clicking the join button if you wish. But let's get into an action-packed episode. And we'll start with the thing that I promised to show in the last episode and as always forgot between the games, which is the development centre. And more crucially, the youth intake preview, which is spectacular. The chance to be a golden generation, and I know we have to take those words lightly because the intake promises and what actually happens are normally two very different things. But we have now got the facilities that could enable us to have one. Let's go and have a look at the transfers though, because that is where the bulk of this action has been happening. January was relatively quiet overall, but we've got one very big signing coming into the club. And our hand was sort of forced. We were rushed into making a signing due to a couple of exits from the club. The first one being Jovan, which wasn't as much of an issue. We've still got four centre-halves. Berry's available. Mayer, I know he's injury prone, but is okay. The other one that left the club, though, was not through our choice. Adebayo Haruna was recalled by United because we were barely playing him. My initial plan was, well, let's just go and recall Emiliano Rojas. He's got himself a long-term injury. So then we had to go big on deadline day. But I felt like we had to go back to our roots, and I was looking for a particular profile of player that succeeded in that number 10 role. Now, if you go back to our biggest successes, which were Bullock, Kamari Doyle, even more so later on, the key was, as a shadow striker, you've got to have the pace to go in behind. You've got to have that technical ability to play the through ball, and you've got to be able to finish okay. And Carlos Martin, well, he ticks nearly all of those boxes. 32.5 million. He's just about within the wage structure that we're trying to keep under control until the new stadium. And you can see we've got another wonder kid into the club. A great personality, some decent traits, tries the killer balls, comes deep to get it, but then makes those late runs and has pace and natural fitness to burn. He's also got great technique, he's a flair player, his pass is decent, which is crucial to match his traits. The only thing we've really got to work on a little bit is the finishing, and we're doing that already. So, really pleased with him. He's already scored a goal, as you can see, he's off the mark. And I feel like he could be our next superstar there. I know he's only 2.5 star ability at the moment, but 5-star potential and the chance to be a star moving forwards. Let's move on to the schedule though, because it's been a very strange couple of months. A picture of inconsistency. So you were with me for City. We then drew 3-3 at home to Norwich. And I have never been more excited about a 3-3 draw against a relegation candidate, because we were 3-0 down after 41 minutes. I was watching speechless as our game fell apart. Alban, who we tried to sign last January, he was the man who scored the third to seemingly put the game beyond doubt. But Terry Clark got a crucial one back before half time. Then in the second half, we went attacking. We brought on some stars. We got angry. And my word, did we respond. Mario Rica got a brace. And late on, we almost had the ultimate excitement. Carlos Torres off the bench fatigued, scored in the 92nd minute, only for VAR to rule it out. It could have been the ultimate turnaround. As it is though, it continued. A 3-3 draw away at Fulham, and guess what? 3-1 down at half time. Tyrese Ricketts, who we tried to sign in the summer, he stayed with Fulham, they're bottom of the league, but he scored the goal to put them ahead in fairness. But Carlos Torres got a brace, including a late equaliser, and Marco Cordes off the bench got a crucial goal as we struck level again. We did then get battered at Arsenal, but they're just too good a side, and we just didn't come out the traps. We'd made 2 poor mistakes in the first 7 minutes, found ourselves behind. We just didn't recover. Then we had the weirdest result because it's almost unexplainable how we bounced back. I didn't do any team talks. I normally wait till we're 5 without a win. We were 1 away from that. But what happened is we signed Carlos Martin on deadline day. And I said, I'm going to throw him straight in because there's nothing that can go wrong that hasn't already in the last 4 matches. And my word, did it work out, because within 25 minutes, he'd got a goal and an assist. John Moore had to be good in the second half, but by that point, Arthur Ndu had got us a 4th, Mario Ricker had completed his brace, and the new star had made himself a fan's favourite immediately. We then backed it up with a backup team, a 4-1 win at home to Millwall in the Cup. You can see though, we were behind at half time. It wasn't plain sailing. Terry Clark, Tammy Abraham and Charlie McNeil turned it round early in the second before Ian Watts off the bench with a couple of other youngsters scored an absolute screamer to round things off. A 3-0 defeat followed against Liverpool, but they're a different level to us. We don't have to worry about that. Before the first leg against Leipzig, and now I took a little bit of a gamble for this game. I decided I'm going to play my first team, try and get a lead in his first leg, and then rest everyone for the second leg at home, because the cup final is the most important game of the season. If we look at the league table at the moment, we are outside the European qualification places, albeit it's very tight there, but there's no guarantee we make it. So this is our only guaranteed route back into Europe as it stands. Of course we could win the FA Cup, of course we could get in the top 7, but wouldn't it be a bit less pressurised if we did it this weekend? So I'm going to prioritise winning trophies. It's always going to be my way. But Leipzig away, we said we're going first team. Try and get the job done. It almost came back to haunt us, but we've got a lead. And that's all we could really ask for. So we let in a late equaliser, but then Mario Ricker came up with even later heroics in the 90th minute. Carlos Torres had got the opener in the first half, and we do hold an advantage for our backup team today. A 3-1 win followed at Sheffield United. Again, we fell behind. We're starting games really poorly at the moment, and I don't really know why. But as long as we bounce back like this one, I don't really care. Ricker got 2, Torres got 1. We went very defensive late on, but it worked out, and we got a 3 points that keeps us in that European hunt. Let's go and get into the first of today's 2 games, though, because I'm aware that we focused on all the off-the-pitch stuff. We're 2-1 up, we're looking pretty comfortable, and I'm hopeful we can make it through to the last 16. So let's get through the tactical meeting. We've got to close down one player. We're going to make 11 changes according to the assistant. No, we're not. We're going reserves. I know it is a very strange decision, but look at the team we're putting out. We've gone for Josh Hayes in goal, Danilo Jose and Peebles are the fullbacks, with Hannafan and Berry as centre-half. We've got Egan, Leacock, Coronel and Cordes, the midfield diamond. Abraham and McNeil, experienced duo up front. But let's see, under the lights at Kenilworth Road, we can make a special European atmosphere and a special European result. Well, no manager for the Leipzig team here. I'm sure they had one in the first leg, but loads of stars. We looked at the midfielders and keeper. Papala up front is a superstar as well. This isn't a greyed out Leipzig side from a non-loaded league. This is a team of superstars. We're going to get the lads up for it. We know our backup team isn't the strongest, but with a lead and with some form in now, I'm hopeful we can get over the line. We've got young changes and experienced ones on the bench. Let's hope it's the former of those we can bring on, because that will mean we're comfortably going through. Well, 15 minutes on the clock. It's been very quiet, which suits us given the lead we've got. Hannafan heads away a long goal kick there, but we don't want Leipzig to take the lead. It would be the nightmare scenario, bring the nerves on. We just want to hope that we can keep them at bay as they've got the ball down the left-hand side. It's over the top. He must have been offside there, surely. It's over the bar, nothing's given. But he looked like he was comfortably off there. 15 gone, first shot of the match, but doesn't lead to anything spectacular. Well, corner kick for Leipzig, half an hour gone. There's not many chances, but they're all coming to the visitors when they do arrive. And they get the ball back there on the right-hand side to Shinkut, one of the players we looked at. Quality operator in there, goes back to his fullback. They continue to work this time down the right-hand side. We're not really getting near them, to be honest, and you may expect that. We've got some legs that perhaps aren't fully match fit, aren't match sharp, surely, and they've got inside left there, shot's just wide. Danilo Jose absolutely skinned, but thankfully we get away with it. Leipzig still yet to have a shot on target. We've not seen any of ours in highlights, but this is the first time we've seen us on the front foot. We're 10 to half time. It's Danilo Jose to Berry. All 11 players, or all 10 outfield players, in the Leipzig half. Leacock finds Cordes, to Coronel, to McNeil, to Abraham. Was he onside? He's put it away with aplomb. But was he just off? It's so hard to tell the timing of that run. Let's hope VAR does us a favour. It does. Goal awarded. The experienced signing of Tammy Abraham, it pays off again. He is declining physically. He's going to be 37 come October. But what a footballer he's been for us. And that is a very crucial goal at a big moment. We've got 1 minute plus stoppage time to the end of the first half. And at the moment, we've got a 2-goal aggregate lead. And this side is showing the depth of the squad as Hannafan plays Egan to Berry. Brings the ball out of defence. Acres of space to run into. Nobody near him. Abraham releases Cordes. Make it comfortable. Into McNeil. That's a wonderful goal. That is absolutely seamless. Cordes with a through ball, McNeil with the finish. Abraham came deep to hold it up this time. And Josh Berry, someone who's barely featured this year, he is leaving. He's refused a new deal. But he came out of defence there and played a wonderful ball. So at half-time, we still haven't conceded a shot on target. Though they have had a couple of great chances, Leipzig. But we're 4-1 up on aggregate. This should be job done. And on to the last 16 we go, as Taylor's got the ball for them. Don't rule out the comeback yet. They're a good side, but we're looking fresher as Peebles at left back. Big ball downfield to McNeil. Flick down for Abraham. Got runners with him. Comes over halfway. To Cordes, to McNeil. He's in one-on-one. Could wrap it up. What a finish. If anyone's questioning why we gave him a new deal at 30, it's not my usual style. We rejected offers of 15, 20 million for someone who had 6 months left on his contract. But he's shown why tonight, and I'm in a luxury position where I can bring on 3 youngsters. Bliss, Cottrell and Watts will all come off the bench. We'll be back in a moment to see who they've replaced. Or 20 left to go. We're 5-1 up on aggregate, and we've got 3 academy players on the pitch now. This is the stuff of dreams. I just hope we haven't done it too soon, because we've taken a real gamble in defence. As here they come, Leipzig down the right. We'll talk about them in a minute. Agui are in. Oh no. One of the youngsters we bought on Cottrell. It's a stupid challenge. Am I going to live to regret these changes? Because Cottrell's given away a penalty. I've actually put Peebles into centre-half. He can't play there. Hannafan needed a rest. Same for Coronel in the middle. No penalty given. It's a free kick. Cottrell, you lucky, lucky boy. Cottrell's on at left back, Bliss on in the middle for Coronel, who we're likely to need off the bench on Sunday, and the same with Watts for Abraham up front, as it's into the back post. Papala probably should have got on the end of that. Well, 2 minutes of stoppage time played. What a win that is. 3-0 at home, the experienced strikers doing the job. Didn't have tons of chances, but we took them. And that is so crucial. We managed to give people like Abraham, like Coronel and Hannafan a bit of a rest for the weekend. So I'm hopeful as we go back to face Spurs, we can maybe lift a trophy and secure European football again. Well, there might be a cup final to look forward to on Sunday, but you can't beat a knockout draw in European football. Thankfully, you don't have to listen to the half an hour of nonsense first when you're watching it in FM. So let's see who we could face. Behind my head is Man City, Villarreal, Sporting, Chelsea, Club Brugge, Herenveen, Bilbao and Dinamo. And of course on the other side you can see all the names. If we were lucky enough to get Midtjylland or Dinamo, I'd take it. I think we're more likely to get one of the big boys though, aren't we? Let's see who we're facing. Go on, give us some luck. Let us avoid the likes of Juve and Lazio. Just give me Dinamo or Midtjylland, please. No disrespect to them, but they're winnable games. Fenerbahce. Middle of the road, I'd say. Could be worse, could be better. What sort of side have they got now? Oh, all young and greyed out. This might be an opportunity. We don't know the ratings because we've got attribute masking on. But this could be a real opportunity to get through. We'll find that out later in the season, I'm sure. On to the cup final we go though. Tottenham Hotspur waiting at Wembley. Here it is, back to Wembley, our favourite stomping ground. I mean, I don't think any side will have a better record than us there. We've been phenomenal at Wembley Stadium in this save. And now it's a historic moment. We had our first FA Cup final last year. Well, we've got our first Carabao Cup final this time. Have we got any fitness news at all? No. We're down to 9th in the league as other results largely went against us this weekend. And everyone level on games. I think that's a sign that we're going to need to win this. Because I'm not sure we get Europe through league form. So let's make the 11 changes. They should all be really well rested. Is this our strongest side? I think it is, but where's Carlos Martin? Is he fit? Oh, he's ineligible. Don't tell me. He's not ineligible for this, surely. He is. What a disappointing blow that is. Scott Egan's on the bench, but not quite fit. Everyone else is available though, so this is the best side we can put out. We've got Hannafan with a slightly heavy match load after an hour on Thursday, but everyone else we know is well rested. John Moore in goal, Chauvin and Delgado the fullbacks with Hannafan and Straker as centre half. Arlan and Du, Moreira and Clark the midfield diamond. Ricker and Torres in form up front. Please let them have another good day today. It's another cup final. It's another trip to Wembley. Can we have heroics yet again? Well, 10 changes for us from Thursday night. 1 change for Spurs since their last game. They have got sailmakers at the back still. Someone we're managing in the head coach at the moment, of course. Zinedine Zidane is the well-known manager. Scott Lane is a good player at centre-half. And Satriano up front always finds a way to score goals against us. Let's hope, though, that this stadium does us well again. The fans have been fantastic. Let's win the trophy for them. Into the first half we go. Let's stay in the game. And hopefully we can come on strong, as we always seem to here. Nearly 15 minutes on the clock. It's been a very quiet start so far, though Chauvin has just given the ball away. You could telegraph that a mile out from the throw-in. Satriano puts the shot over the bar, but why? Why try and do that throw? Go simple, go down the line and keep it tight. We've had no shots, it's all Spurs so far. Hopefully though, we can keep it 0-0 and then start to frustrate and worry them. We're nearly half time. What a rubbish game, but we'll take it because it's still level as Delgado comes over halfway on the left. The first time we've seen us moving forward. Short to Moreira. Through ball's intercepted. Ricker gets there the second time. No, I think he was offside anyway. He is. And he sliced his finish high, wide and ugly. Terry Clark on a booking, not having a great game. I'm thinking to maybe take him off at the break. Let's see who we could bring on. It's between McNeil and Marco Cordes. I feel like I have to go McNeil for this one because he was brilliant in the week. He's a class player. He's coming on for Terry Clark. 45 minutes gone. We need a much better second half performance. And here we are on halfway. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Played in short from a free kick to Arlan. That's big. Diaz tempted into the challenge by him. It's wonderful play from Arlan there. Red cards. And now Spurs are down to 10. Surely we make it count. We're not going to go positive just yet. We're going to stick with it for now. But we will push if we need to later on. Because with 25 minutes left, we're edging towards stick or twist time. I'm going to encourage the lads at 0-0 as we've got a throw on the left. Can we do it late again? Moreira gets it back to Arlan. We've got to throw in an attacking position. We're trying to create something from it. A striker brings it out. No pressure up front for Spurs now. Just Chauvin on the right. To Ndu. And McNeil the sub. To Torres. To Ricker. He's offside. Puts it wide again anyway. Not got his shooting boots on today. But I'm not sure I've got the bottle to take him off. I am going to take Arthur Ndu off though. Because he's really struggling for fitness. Miguel Coronel, who we got a bit of a rest to in the week. He's going to come on. Hopefully he won't have to play more than 15 minutes. We're going to go positive. We're going to try and find a winner. Do I take Mario Ricker off? I feel like I might have to here. We're a little bit short. We haven't got the sub for Chauvin, which would have been helpful at the moment. I'm going to go for it. I know it's a risk. Torres will go advance forward. McNeil, poacher. And then Cordes, number 10. 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Then there'll be lots more subs for extra time. Which we have reached against 10-man Spurs. We've still not created a huge amount. I feel like we need to make subs back here. I'm going to take off. Let's do Delgado for Peebles at left back. And then I've got one more up my sleeve. Moreira or Arlan. I think it's going to be Moreira off and Leacock on. That will allow Coronel to the centre midfield role. And I think we might even get a sixth in extra time. So we can throw the dice once more if we need to. We have got one more sub. We're half time in extra time. We've still not scored a goal. We've still not created a great deal. Do we now have to think about penalty takers with a sub? I think we do. We're into the last 5. There's literally nothing happening. I'm going to encourage the lads once more. But I think we're into substitution territory. And I don't know how late to leave it. I can't go any later than this. I've got to take Abraham off. It will be for Hannafan, the centre-half. And I know we haven't really got anyone who can play centre-half for the last few minutes. But I'm just going to push everyone back because we need our best penalty takers on now. 1 minute added on. It's a throw on the right for us, but we don't get to see it. And the Carabao Cup final will be settled by penalties. Our best taker is now on the pitch. Could have done with Ricker staying on for this, really. but we've still got some decent players there. So let's hope they'll be able to do the job. Cordes looking anxious, so we won't put him on one for now. Same for Peebles too. And I'd always go for mentality above rating, because we know the attribute's not that important. Cordes can be 10, Peebles can be 11, probably the one I should have taken off in hindsight. Now let's see if we can take our chance and win another cup final at Wembley. Chance for another keeper to be a hero, isn't it? As the first penalty is Tammy Abraham, the man we bought on just for this. And that's why. What a penalty that is. Rifled in. Even if the keeper was standing in front of it, it would have gone through him. Now Spurs up with Chinchilla. Moore can't save it. It's down to his right hand side. Went the right way, couldn't get enough on it. We move on to Miguel Coronel. First season at the club for him too. Composed South American. Can he take his chance? No, he can't. Goalkeeper saves, and we're in trouble. For the first time at Wembley, I think we might be defeated here. Apart from the Community Shield, of course, but in meaningful games, as Sailmakers, our head coach player, puts it in, Tottenham have the lead after 2 penalties. Arlan steps up, the Brazilian. It's a South American show here. Can he get us back on terms? He can. Now we need John Moore to do his business. Against 10 men, we've been really disappointing here. And it wouldn't be a particularly good way to lose. Teeing us up. Come on, John Moore. Good save from the keeper. Had the balls to stand still as they went down the middle. And now we're back on terms. We've got McNeil stepping up next. So experienced. So good for us. And puts it in the bottom corner at speed. Now it's back in our favour, because Tottenham are playing the chasing game. Lopez is up. John Moore, you can get yourself the statue here. No, he dives out the way this time. Spurs dare to go down the middle again. And we're into sudden death. 3 apiece into the 5th penalty. Torres steps up. What a striker he is. European Golden Boy last year. And puts it in the bottom corner. Now Spurs have to score. John Moore, you are 1 save away from immortality. Was man of the match in the FA Cup final last year. What can he do in a League Cup final here? Santin versus Moore. The Carabao Cup trophy and European football on the line. Santin up. John Moore saves. He never lets me down. John Moore, you bloody legends. We've got European football next year. And more importantly, we've got a second major domestic honour at Hemel Hempstead Town. What is it with Hemel Hempstead goalkeepers and Wembley Stadium? David Gregory, Zach Geacock, and now this man, John Moore. We lift the Carabao Cup. We are guaranteed Europa Conference football next year. And with us 9th in the league, it's a very good job. Now, can we focus on the cups and not worry about the league? What a moment. This team knows no bounds. And for such a young side, my word, have they delivered in the big moments. Through the dressing room we go. Well done. It wasn't a good performance. It wasn't a good game. We struggled against 10 men. We've got the trophy, and that's all that you remember from a cup final. The message we were waiting for is there. European football, I mentioned it at the start of the season. We have to get there consistently if we want this to become a big success story. Let's get to the schedule and look at when we're going to be back. I'm hopeful that we've got a good chance to get past both Watford and Fenerbahce in the respective cups, and I am going to prioritise them now that the league finish doesn't matter. So what I'm hoping in the next episode is that maybe we'll have a big FA Cup quarter-final, maybe a big Europa League one too. If you're looking forward to finding out and you did enjoy that dramatic finish to the episode, please do chuck a thumbs up on it. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me. Should we prioritise trying to win the cups now? Because the league position, yes, it might get us Europa League over Europa Conference, but does it really matter? And who knows, we could even win the Europa League yet. If you want to stay up to date and find out if we can, then subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on for daily FM22 content. You can find Alexi Sailmakers, who played for Spurs in that final, in the eye above in our head coach save, where there's also links to the Twitch channel, the football podcast, 3FL playoff predictions galore, and the new merchandise store too. But above my head now, you can find yesterday's head coach. It will be back tomorrow as always. And then I'll see you here in a couple of days' time. Hopefully for 2 quarterfinals, but at least 1 if all goes to plan. I'll see you there.